is Commissions Closed, and it's James here once again. Again, Commissions Closed is an opportunity for artists to not think about the work that they're doing for other people and create autonomous, creative works for themselves. So we're coming back again today with another guest. This guest is not only an artist, but also really driving in the entrepreneurial side of artistry as well. So we are going to get to talk about that, but has done some really good projects, some really good murals, been in some really great spaces, has a wonderful studio not that far from here. So we're going to get into it. So Remy, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been hotter than most, so I'm
Yes.
trying to like just be better at like not being frustrated about that.
Mhm.
But I'm doing good. So thank you for joining me. First and foremost, thank you for bringing all of the paint. I
Yes.
want to give several chances to shout it out, so we can just gonna like I'm gonna throw it out randomly. I promise you. But this is again commissions closed. We're just gonna be talking and drawing. Like at the base of it is not a very scary thing. I would say I'm not gonna try to go into too deep a topic
Okay.
unless you feel like talk. I don't know what you're talking about, but if you feel like doing that, that's you.
Mm.
But how it works? I got a bag full of words. I call it America's favorite bag. You
Okay.
see the bag, you know everybody has one. It may not be what it's supposed to be in there, but everybody has one. So I'm gonna present that to you now, and that's just gonna guide like what we draw or what
Okay.
we come into. So no
And the Hennessy
promotion
bag.
here.
I
You know,
love
I don't want them to see the word, but everybody knows it's bad. We don't
it.
need the words. There
Okay.
you
This
go.
says symmetry.
Oh, that one. Does that mean
Hmm.
anything to you?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
A little too deep for the intro. I get
I
it.
know. I'm like forgotten. That's like childhood trauma.
Yeah.
And then symmetry is a little bit more lighthearted, but
Okay.
I think it's good. I think I'm gonna do symmetry.
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
symmetry. Okay, so at this point, whatever you want to choose to create with,
Oh
we can just
gosh.
crack it out. It's
Okay.
no time limit on this either. Like, don't rush.
Okay.
Yeah, just do you. And as we're doing that, I
Okay.
just kind of want to have a conversation with you. So once again, thank you for joining me. I know, like, maybe in like art circles, people might ask each other this a lot. But what's your earliest memory of being an artist?
My earliest memory, um, I remember being in elementary school
Mhm.
and truly enjoying any time I went to art class. You know how you have like your specials class, like art
Yeah.
gym, library. Anytime I was in art class, I was like, this is heaven.
Mhm.
And so I think that was like my first kind of introduction to it. And then I would find time because we didn't really have like a lot of technology and phones and everything like that back in the day. So whenever I was bored, I would find some sort of paper or pencil, and I would just doodle and draw just around the house. And so I think those two things kind of coupled together kind of budded my interest in art.
Mhm.
And I remember staying after for I'm gonna borrow like one of your
Oh,
pens or something
whatever you want. I may
because
not
I didn't
have the
bring a
best or
pencil.
the biggest, but I got a couple of things that you might
Okay.
be interested in. We always keep a pencil like this.
I
I don't know if you
love
draw with stuff
that.
like that, but I always got to keep one.
Okay. It's hard to do draw and like think about what I'm
Yeah,
drawing and talk at the same time.
I'm gonna keep it or take it slow.
Okay.
So you started out very young. You talking
Mhm.
about going to specials. I also remember like being at a time talking elementary, going to middle
Mhm.
school, even like excelling. Like your teacher might come back to you and be like, "Hey, I want to like
Mhm.
get you to do something even further than what you did in class."
Yes.
Like that's
Yeah.
a really good moment. I think
Mhm.
it's like, oh, I think I'm good at something. I
Yeah.
could keep going in this.
Yeah.
So from that moment, where do you think like it sparked to I don't want to say take it serious because I don't like that jargon
Mhm.
around art, but like it forced you to be better and make it a practice that you do
Yeah.
even when no one's like making you do it or putting it in front of you.
Like when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about when I decided to join like a after school art club
Mm-hmm.
and bringing home some of my work. My mom was like, "Oh, who did that?" And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, me." And so
Yeah.
then she's like, "No, like really, who did that?" And I'm like, "No, it was me." And so I feel like um recognizing like, okay, maybe there's some talent there. Like the fact that my mom is like, hold on, you did that? So I'm like, maybe I should start taking this a little bit more seriously, and actually started thinking about, okay, my future with it. And so I decided that by like the time I was in 5th grade, I wanted to go to like the Kansas City Middle School of the Arts. So I was like, that's going to be my track. But funny enough, I don't know if you're going to bleep that out, but funny enough, the Kansas City Middle School of the Arts was a hot mess.
Really? Okay. You know like, what? We grow. It may not be now, but at the time,
it's not even around anymore.
Yeah.
But it was a hot mess. Like, all the kids kept getting in trouble. Even, when I would go to art class, we would just write sentences the whole time because the class was that bad.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I can't do that.
You got to at least let me draw. We can't keep writing all day. Like.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
So that kind of changed my public school trajectory with art. Decided to go ahead and switch over to Lincoln, and I stayed at Lincoln from 7th grade all the way up until 12th grade.
Really?
And even while I was at Lincoln, which is more of a college prep kind of school, I still always made sure I had an art class as an elective.
Nice.
So I was always still doing something art related while I was there, and just trying to decide like what I wanted to do with that. Like if I wanted to do something art related after I left, or just go straight to college and do something a little bit more like more solid, quote unquote. And that's a whole nother topic there.
Yeah, that is a conversation.
Yeah.
So you say like at the young age where you're saying I really enjoy this, you feel like you kind of like you advocate for yourself a lot about like, no, I need to like find ways for this to be a part of my life, because I know for many at a young age, your parents oftentimes choose like the extracurriculars you're gonna do, like you're gonna do soccer or you're gonna do dance, but you were kind of out front saying, no, I'm kind of interested in this, and this is what I need to have in my schedule.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty. Not a lot of children that I know do that. Well, I say that, but my daughter does that. She told me the other day, like, hey, we need to do some dance classes. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm like, okay, I get you.
She said, that's
so
what I need.
From there, you've done like bigger things, and not bigger like, in the career sense, but also just you've painted really big, like walls and larger canvases. You just paint big. What does it take, or what did it take you to be able to paint big? Because I feel like it's a very daunting thing for a lot of people. Like they're from notepad to now I have to draw something extremely large.
It definitely was daunting. Like the first time I did something big, I remember my best friend, she was pregnant at the time, and she wanted a mural in her nursery. And that was like really my very first large scale piece in her nursery for her baby girl. And that was my first time like freehanding a mural as well. And it took so long trying to get the proportions right, and the pressure of trying to make it look like the sketch that I did.
Like,
but
you trust me to do this?
Right. Yeah, like for such a monumental thing.
Yeah.
But it was like a trial and error, some push and pull. I was like just sketching and erasing and trying to figure out, okay, the proportions are off, but it turned out really nice. And so that was when I was like, oh, I should do this more often. And so since then, I decided to like post my work. I did some stuff like at home, just playing around with like my own bedroom walls, just to get some more practice. And then a lot of YouTube videos. I watched a lot of YouTube videos of people taking time to explain like how do they scale up their sketches and drawings, or even like their iPad renditions to that large scale work, and started playing around with different ways to scale up, whether it be like using a projector or using like a doodle method. And so I've done a little bit of both, with coupled with like some freehand as well. And so just kind of went from there. I took a lot of different jobs with murals, commissioned a lot of different work, did some stuff outdoors, indoors. And so just did a little bit of everything just to try to build up my portfolio with it.
And do you have a preference of the indoor or the outdoor? Indoor for sure. Air conditioned, is that the thing? Like,
yes. I did an outdoor one in the middle of July, and it was so hot. First day I got a heat stroke. Almost passed out. Like, that was crazy.
Oh my gosh. And so indoor, outdoor, also the type of thing that someone can ask you to put on a wall? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is it things that you feel, or have you even thought about things you might stray away from? Like, I don't think that what I do is conducive to what you're getting at, or you're just kind of open, like, I'm willing to try it. Whatever idea you have, I'm willing to try it out.
Pretty much, I'm willing to try whatever. I think I was a little afraid of doing more portrait work
Mm-hmm.
or lettering on walls because
Really?
that's always a struggle to get like nice, clean lines.
That steady
Yeah,
hand,
the steady
yeah, that's a
hand.
big one.
And then I don't have the patience to like tape everything off.
Yeah, I
Like some
kind of
people,
just want to go.
yeah, I just
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah.
So for the most part, I'm just like, I'll do whatever unless it's just something super crazy.
Like, yeah, I don't know if this is my cup of tea right here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
What I really want to get into
Mm-hmm.
is spray painting because I've been doing like acrylics and like
Okay.
interior
Mm-hmm.
paint acrylics and even
Mm-hmm.
some of my acrylic paints I'll use on the walls as well. But I see that other artists when they do spray paints, like it goes a lot faster.
And they get a different
Mm-hmm.
feel to like I guess the contrast and that shading. Like I
Mm-hmm.
imagine like the changing gradients of colors with a brush,
Yeah.
as opposed to that
Yeah.
aerosol can. It just feels
Mm-hmm.
different. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm similarly. I told you I went to Joann's before they
Okay.
died, and I was like, you know what? Everything that you got here that I'm gonna use in the future, I got it. So
Mm-hmm.
the oil paints, the spray
Mm-hmm.
cans. Granted, my colors choices were not the best because I'm getting what was left, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got some colors.
Okay.
So we're gonna get into it. So
Yes.
let me know when the spray paint commences and be like, I did it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it. Like,
Might have to go tagging at night or
man,
something.
something, man. I got a whole nother conversation about tagging, but like, I don't want to get political or nothing. Like, so I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it where it is.
Okay.
But I do have a question. So you brought up the paints.
Yes.
And they're here. And
Yes.
they're lovely. And the colors
here.
are lovely too. We're not just dealing with this Roy G. Biv. We got like some extensive colors on the table right now.
Yeah.
But I kinda wanna go back to like when you first did it. Why did you do it? I know like it may seem like a no-brainer to you or other people, like, duh, you use paint, you get paint, you sell paint, like,
yeah.
But like it feels like there's like something that is deeper about owning your own acrylic paints and being able to use something that kind of came from you. So like, where did it start? Why did you do it?
Yeah, I feel like I started my acrylic paint line. It was a process. I recognized that when I would go like either get my lashes done or get my hair done, a lot of the people that I would go to, they would have like their own product. Like my lash artist, she had like her own line of little brushes and eyelash wash. And hairdressers, sometimes they'll have like their own oil that they're pushing as well. And so I always thought, just coming from like more of an entrepreneur side, like, okay, why not us as artists be able to have like some sort of product to go along with kind of like our service?
Yeah.
And so I always knew that anytime I would do like vendor events, people would ask like, oh, how did you get that skin tone like that? Or how did you get that color? What products do you use? Or what kind of paints and brushes and things like that? And so that kind of got like the wheels turning for me. Like, okay, what if I had my own product that I could push when people would ask, when I would be out and about with my work, with at vending events and things like that. And I also knew that, with being an artist, sometimes like the revenue like waxes and wanes. Like sometimes, like especially in the summer months, like you make a lot of money with like vendor events and outdoor festivals and things like that. But sometimes in the winter months, it dips and then it's dry. You don't see much. And I was like, well, I feel like if, like how they always tell you, have multiple streams of income. Like not only am I doing maybe commission work and murals and selling prints, but when it's in the dry months, I can be selling something else. Why not my own like art supply type product? So that's kind of what initially started it. But then also recognizing that I would love for something, with planning long term, something I could pass down to my daughter when it comes to my brand and my legacy. Will she want it? I don't know, but
I don't even like paint for real.
right. But I was like, okay, I definitely want something that I can either like pass down to her or like sell and use some of the profits for that to push into like her future funds and things like that. So just trying to think smart and kind of break generational financial struggles and just have that multiple streams. So I really wanted to tie it into just like a whole family aspect of something to pass down, creating some sort of legacy for my daughter as well. So that's kind of like all of what it entailed when I decided to go ahead and start my paint brand. Um, yeah.
So you got this kind of entrepreneur feel for this paint. Where did that come from? Like, were there other people in your family, your parents? Like, what? Because everybody doesn't, dive in entrepreneurship. For some people, it's like it's either scary or it's something that they don't think is a serious thing. But for whatever reason, it's a stigma that like some people don't do it. So I guess, was it in you or did you see it before? How did you get to that?
I feel like I dabbled in it a little bit when I was younger. I do remember like being in elementary school and people finding out like, oh, you could draw a little bit. Can you draw this? Can you draw that? So I would like draw little things and like I would give it away. Sometimes people give me like $1 or something like that. So I do remember like selling some artwork, like little drawings when I was younger. And then I have an early memory of having like a big pack of gel pens and then selling gel pens. So it's very on brand.
They always give you 1,000,000 gel pens in a pack.
Yes.
Oh
I remember
my
being on the
God.
playground, like, okay, give me 50 cents. I give you a couple of gel pens.
Okay, so this is starting very young.
Very
Okay.
young, very young. So, of course, I didn't really have a lot of people in my family with a lot of businesses. I did see my mom dabble in a little bit of entrepreneurship. She had like a window cleaning business for a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know where I kind of got that from.
It comes truly. Would you say it did it change your relationship with visual art? Maybe it didn't, but like, is there something like now that I either one have these paints or I just have a product, does it change how you like operate as a visual artist?
It does. It did.
Really?
Yes. I feel like I come to like an issue with balance, kind of like with symmetry.
Okay, here it's back.
Okay. Yours looks really good. I don't know. I just decided to do a butterfly.
The butterfly is the best.
It.
I've also been looking at like very similar things lately. I've been trying to keep a theme, and sometimes I'm not good at keeping a theme. I be throwing random stuff, so I'm trying. Yeah,
this butterfly was random. I was like, ooh, symmetry.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I lost my train of thought.
Your relationship with art.
Yes, art and the entrepreneurship of having the paint line is like a balance. I feel like it has taken away a little bit of the passion of art for me. Having to, I want to just go to my studio and just paint and create what I want. But no, I have to go pack an order. Actually, I do have to go mail off an order that I forgot.
Man, we are holding you up. My bad.
No, but you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it's like, okay, I have to now also think about a second business that I have to market. I have to do orders. I have to talk with manufacturers and suppliers and get supplies for shipments and vendor events. And so it's like a whole second baby. And I'm like, I just want to paint. Yeah. And then it's after like a year of having my paint line, I was like, do I still want this paint line?
Man, really?
Yes. I really thought of just like selling it all and just being done with it, because it jeopardized, it caused like a little bit of a burnout for me, and it jeopardized like just my passion for my creativity and my artistry. So yeah, I've definitely had an internal battle with trying to figure out how do I balance my art and my paint line.
you say you found a better balance, or we like, nah, we still
we
tipping scales.
still
Like, yeah,
trying to figure it out. But
okay,
one thing I will
yeah,
say is the power of like delegation and the
okay,
power of getting people on your team. Like I don't have a solid team just yet, but I do have quite a few people that I can call on for certain things. Like I
okay,
have one of my art girlfriends, Olivia. She's great, and when I'm getting paint parties for my paint line, I'll send her out to do paint parties.
okay.
I also have my best friend's younger sister. She went to Howard. I forgot her degree, but it was like
She
marketing and
ready for it
yeah.
though, yeah.
So I'll hire her to do like some marketing, social media, planning photo shoots and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So having like other people to put things off on in a way
Yeah.
is super helpful. Super
Yeah.
helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm is encouraging to hear that like
Yeah.
you were at the road and it's like, do I want to keep doing
Yes.
it? And you decided to do it and
Yeah.
found alternative ways to find success in it. So yeah, people need to hear that.
Yes.
For sure, people need to hear that. Man, so you have something in common with me.
Yes.
And you have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a daughter.
Yeah.
And they change stuff.
Yeah.
You don't know until you're like, oh, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Is there things that you could point to, whether it could be just in your art, but if you don't want to just regulate it to art, has there been things that like has changed in what you're inspired by, how you move and operate? And again, this could just purely be about visual arts, or it could go deeper. It's up to you. Yeah.
So with having a daughter, what has changed with my artistry? I feel like going back to the topic of balance and trying to figure out how to have a good work-life balance with her. When I first had her, I spent a lot of time just all focused on mom life. Like I took a break from artistry altogether and didn't really paint or draw really. Just really focused on, okay, I'm a first time mom. I need to figure this mom thing out. And so I didn't recognize that when I did that, it wasn't really good for my spirit. Because I knew that was something that I also really cared about too.
Yeah.
And so whenever she would like take like a little nap, and they say, well, with new moms, you should sleep when the baby's sleeping. But I'm up, I'm doodling and I'm sketching because I knew that was something that would feed my soul too. Yeah. And so as she's gotten older, I've recognized that I still want to make time for my passion because it fills me up and it makes me be more present and be more whole for her.
Yeah.
But also still finding that balance of not taking too much time. Like I can't spend like a full day at my studio like I would want to. Yeah. I got to break it up. I got to make sure that I'm taking time to do things that she likes and that she can explore her own interests. Like she isn't always going to want to do art all the time. Yeah. She likes basketball. She likes the pool.
Okay, get active.
So so I definitely try to make sure that she's also getting her own life experiences as well. So yeah,
I could share a similar experience. Now we do paint. Don't get me wrong. She'll be like, "Hey, crack it open, man. Yes. I want to paint something." And then she'll be like, "I'm kind of done. Let's go outside now." Like, man, I probably could go another 2.5 hours. To be honest with you, but like, hey, but if you want to do that, let's go ahead and do it. I think it is a fortunate thing to be able to share the thing that you share a great interest in, and you could share that moment. But yeah, I think going back to symmetry, like, and not only with your child, with just any relationship you have, like, you're not always gonna like the things I like, and I gotta be okay with that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes.
It
sure be honest with you. Do you kind of switching gears here? Oh, not even that. I got a question.
Yes.
So you had a project, and I'm forgetting the name of this project, and I'm so upset about it right now.
Trendsetters?
Oh, Trendsetters. Yes. So you did a project called Trendsetters, and it's targeted towards youth. So you know, I'm assuming, and this might change after your answer, but like definitely inspired by, both, finding artwork or finding art as a young person, but
Mhm.
also having a child.
Mhm.
What other things, or first, what is Trendsetters? But then why did you even go into like a project like that? Because you didn't have to do it. You just like,
Didn't have
I
to do
want
it.
to do it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my first degree is in elementary education. I was
Okay.
a teacher for about 4 years
Okay.
before I made my whole transition. Because now I'm a nurse and an artist,
Okay.
doing too much. But I've
I
always
feel
had a
like doing
passion,
just enough,
right?
right?
But I've always had a passion for working with kids, and also a passion for wellness and sustainability and
Mhm.
being like responsible consumers when it comes to
Awesome.
just this day and age and how we have issues with like climate issues and resources being depleted and
Mhm.
just all those things. And so sometimes I get a lot of anxiety when it comes to it. So I'm like, instead of getting anxiety, what can I do? Let's get to work. And so I did have a passion project that I applied for Charlotte Street's Rocket Grant for,
Uh huh.
because I really wanted to see how can I like reach the younger generation to not only show them that people that come from the same background that they come from, that look like them,
Mhm.
can have successful careers in entrepreneurship and in creative entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
Because I didn't really have that at the time. I didn't know that that was something, a trajectory that I could go down. So I wanted to be a mentor to younger people in high school to show them that if you have an interest in the creative field, you can do that and you can make money, and like, let's figure it out together.
Mhm.
But then also with my whole passion for just sustainability and recycling and all that kind of stuff, I was like, why can't I like tie also in that aspect? And so I wanted to create a project where we're taking gently used items like
Mhm.
thrift stored, just used shoes, used clothes, um, and revitalizing it and
Mhm.
redesigning it and making it like custom and making it their own,
Mhm.
so that I can teach them like, okay, you don't have to go to the Sheins and the fast fashion and things like
Mhm.
that, which is also destroying our planet.
Absolutely.
And like poor working conditions for people over in other countries and everything like that.
Mhm.
Let's reuse and reduce our footprint by
Mhm.
looking at, I love thrifting. Let's go to the thrift store. Let's buy a bunch of
Absolutely.
different
Let's
clothes.
get some gems up in there.
Yes, and
Yeah.
let's bedazzle it. Let's paint on it. Let's have fun and have our creative side just show and really definitely show just their, like, how kids love expressing themselves too. And
Absolutely.
so it was really cool to see just their personalities on their pieces
Nice.
as well.
And
So
giving them an opportunity to like
mhm.
express yourself the way that you want to.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't know how, and it ends up coming out in a negative way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's really cool to bring it out to them in a positive way.
Mhm.
Has that always been something you're interested in? Not only the sustainability, but like I guess mentorship, kind of like community leadership and galvanizing people to do good things. Like,
Mhm.
has that always been a part of you, or like, is there a moment you could point back to say, like, I didn't always think about that, but at
Mhm.
this moment, like, I realized how important it was.
No, I didn't always think about that. I
Really?
mean, I recognized the power of it when I was an elementary school
Uh
teacher
huh.
and the influence that I had on the kids, especially when I had. It was one of my last years of teaching.
Hmm.
I had my homeroom was fifth grade girls,
Yeah.
and the power in just getting all those girls to come together. Because initially, when I inherited this group of girls, around the school, they were known for having so much drama, so much girl drama, so many issues. And when I came in and became their homeroom teacher, the complete turnaround was just like crazy. And it just
Mhm.
warmed my heart how I implemented a lot of different things. We had morning meetings. We had their moms come in and do things with them. We had a
Nice.
lot of like self love type of projects,
Hmm.
and we really had a lot of intentionality when it came to making sure that we built up their confidence, because of when you think about it, all that little mean girl stuff, it's insecurities.
Yeah, I
It's
gotta
feeling,
put someone
yeah,
else down.
yep, to make myself
Yeah.
feel better. And
Hmm.
so at the end of the school year, we had like a whole little fashion show, and we had the girls walk down like a little red carpet, and stuff like that just warms my soul so much. And so I think that's kind of what made me get a little bit more into the idea of that mentorship, especially with young girls. But no, it wasn't always there. But I think with the impact of my artistry and being in quote unquote like the limelight a little bit with trying to showcase my work and posting on socials and things like that. I think it's important, like if you have that kind of visibility, to use it responsibly. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and this is kind of shifting gears a little bit, but thinking back to some things you said earlier, I had a mentor who had told me just a simple phrase: "Drink as you pour." So, like as you drinking, or as you're pouring in other people, make sure you like pour into yourself too. And I also see that you, and this is something that I also feel like I have a affinity for. You can find how things relate no matter what you do, and you could use it in a different setting. So you're talking about, how you used it in a school setting, and how you took what you learned in that school setting to do a program that kind of fulfills you, not only in your visual art career, but also as a person that genuinely cares about your community, and then also feeding it into your paint, into your art business. So has that always been something that you could do, that you can like kind of, I hate the phrase skin a cat, because why are we skinning cats? But it's more than one way to skin a cat, and I feel like you think in that way. Has that been something you developed, or you had always been that way?
That's a good question. Maybe like naturally I've kind of just been that way, just trying just to figure things out. I feel like growing up, having a single mom that was busy, that worked jobs and things like that, and I had to take some time to figure things out myself in a way. And I think naturally I grew to like not want to be, and this is, I grew to not really want to be a burden and not really want to be super needy. And so I think that kind of developed my framework of like, okay, I'm gonna just figure it out. I'm gonna just get it done. And I think just in and of itself, being a Black woman is definitely like I'm gonna just get it done regardless kind of attitude, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Like I like that I'm able to work through things and think critically about things, and put a lot of my interests out there and really make it come to fruition. But like, it's hard because sometimes I just want to rest. Sometimes I don't want to be the strong Black woman all the time. So yeah, I think it came from childhood, but then also seeing my mom do the same thing, seeing my grandmother do the same thing. So it's definitely like a lineage of just getting out there, getting to it. There's no time to sit and cry. Like, we're gonna figure this out. So I think that's kind of how I've developed like my temperament when it comes to entrepreneurship and my artistry and motherhood and all of that.